Hey everyone, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Happy Monday. Thank you so much for joining me today. In today's video, we are making a card using the Frenchie stamp set from Avery Elle. I'm going to share with you a quick little haul in the beginning, and then I'll show you the card I made. I will say that I love the images on this card, but I don't like the sky or the grass. I bought a couple of new stencils that you'll see in this haul, and I feel like I need to play around with them because obviously I didn't really understand what I was doing. I also think that I kind of picked the wrong colors, but anyway, even though I didn't care for it, I feel like I like sharing these with you. I don't know if you guys remember, I made that one reindeer stamp, reindeer card back in my holiday card series that I really didn't care for, and we redid it. But I like showing those to you because they don't always have to be perfect. They don't always have to completely live up to your expectation. It was a cute, birthday card for my mother-in-law, who is someone that used to show dogs. I think she still breeds show dogs. I can't remember. But anyway, this was a special card for her birthday for the end of this week. So yeah, so let's head over to the craft table. I'll show you a little bit of the haul and then we will get started on the card. So before we get into today's card making, I figured I would share with you some of the goodies I picked up from a Cherry on Top. I did a small haul. I ordered it before the Snowmageddon here in Dallas. And it finally got to me today. So I'm filming this on Saturday the 21st, and I thought I would share with you just a few things I picked up. I started with the new Kitsch Flamingo from Tim Holtz in Distress. I love this color pink, and I don't have very many pinks. I don't know where I'm gonna put this. My my storage is pretty filled up, but I really like this color. Let me see if I have something I can swatch this on for you guys. Surely got some paper or something. Here you can kind of see the color. It's like almost Barbie pink or flamingo. That's a really good name for it. And here it is alongside picked raspberry, and then this is spun sugar. So you can see it kind of fits right in the middle of those three. So I'm really excited about it. You guys know I don't use Distress Oxides a lot, but I do like making backgrounds with them here or there. All right, so I picked up some paper. I don't think they're the only ones doing this, but I love that Catherine Pooler is doing slimline paper. So, oh no, I'm gonna have to find a way to store this. Okay, so this is the Happy Hearts collection, and you get 24 sheets that are 3.5 by 8.5. So I will just have to cut these down to 8.25 by 3.25. I know a lot of people make their slimline cards differently, but since I've started crafting the last, 11 years, people have made them 7 by 8.5, and then you just scored at 3.5, and you don't have to make a lot of weird cuts. And they fit in a business envelope, but they are a little bit thinner. I love this. This came at a good time. I'm not going to tell you what I had in mind, but you'll find out soon. So these are great patterns. It's kind of more a theme for Valentine's Day, Happy Hearts, but you can really use these for any occasion. Next, we have the Best Friends. I'm going to let you see these patterns here because seriously, I don't want to open these up and I haven't decided a way to store them. But I'm really excited about this diamond pattern. I would call that Harlequin. You've got a chevron. You've got some black. You guys know I love black and white. I love the stripes. I love this stripe. I think this is going to be so fun. And then this one is the I Love You Soy. And I think this goes along with one of her stamp sets. If you guys have been with me for forever and a day, you know I did a soy themed, sushi themed planner kit many moons ago. Argyle. You guys should have known the Argyle was what got me in this. You get a heart. It looks like you get 4 of each, and they're single-sided. I love you, soy. I think soy much would probably have been better, but they didn't ask me. They didn't ask me things. Looks like this is supposed to be a little dumpling. That's pretty cute. I don't know that that's one I would use. Ooh, I love the stripe. You guys know these colors are, that's the one thing I love about Catherine. I've always loved the way she's worked with color, even when she was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. She's always been someone like me who likes to work with brights. Oh, this Argyle. I had 2 Argyle sweaters and I got to where they got way too big, so I had to donate them. And I miss them. Okay, so I picked up some slim line stencils. These are from the Crafters Workshop. So this is a slimline cloud. And then this is a slimline grass. And I thought this was perfect. You guys know I love to make 1-layer cards. So I thought that would be fun. Then I picked up this one. Again, this is supposed to be a Valentine's Day. This is the Frenchie set from, what's it called? Avery Elle. I lost my brain. So pardon my Frenchie, merci beaucoup, loads of love, bonjour, loads of birthday wishes, ooh la la, you get a cake, get some flowers for the wagon, a whistle, looks like get some hearts for a wagon, got a couple of butterflies, a flower, hi, bonjour, he could wear a hat, got a little heart and a present. I think we're gonna use this one, or this one, I love this one too. This is the Franz Clean Rubber Stamps from Stampendous. Not a lot of people use Stampendous, but I love them. I had a stamp, I think it was I Love You to the Moon and Back. I think I sold that. Why did I sell that? I don't know. I really love this though. Let's use this one today. Let's ask Rob. Rob! Can you come here?
Probably the one on the right.
The French.
I like that, you know.
The doggies. That's what I thought too. Okay. Okay. I am gonna let voiceover Misty take over, and we are gonna make a card with some of our new items from this little haul. So yeah, let's get started. So this video is gonna involve a lot of masking. So I've cut down a piece of paper to 3 1/4 by 8 1/4, and I want to start with what's going to be in the front. And you guys know that's going to be this hat. So I've just placed the doggy so I knew where to place the hat, and I'm going to be stamping that with a Copic friendly ink. And after every time I stamp, I'm going to be making a mask and cutting out. So I'm not going to leave all of that footage in. This video would be 50 minutes, but I am going to be doing a ton of masking. So after I stamp one image, I'm going to stamp the other image, and I'm going to create a mask, and then I'm going to cut it out, and then we're going to keep going. So this card, as I mentioned in the intro, didn't exactly turn out as I'd hoped, but I still think it's cute. Again, it's not what I had in mind initially, but I do like how it turned out. So now I am stamping the cake. Initially, I wasn't going to, but I was like, no, it's a birthday and they've got hats. Let's do a little cake. This stamp set is adorable. I'm so glad I picked it up. And I know those of you who are like, Misty, why do you have so many cat stamps? Or like, yeah, let's stamp something different. But I just had to get the stamp set. I just thought it was adorable. So there you saw me put the dog stamp down and then set the hat on top of it. And again, that was for me in order for me to get my placement. So I've stamped these kind of center on the page because I'm going to create ground and sky, grass and sky, using those stencils that I showed you. So that's why they're not at the very bottom of the card. And they possibly could have been, but I don't know. So for the wagon, I am not even going to try to cut out that string. So I just masked the wheels and the actual wagon. And then I'm going to be stamping 3 presents. So I'm going to stamp one where it's kind of halfway. I'm going to stamp one where it's, taller. And then the last one, I was kind of off screen, but it's just like the very top with the bows. And once I get all of those, all of their mask, I'm going to go ahead and bring in the stencil. So this is the Ranger, I think this is the Ranger craft mat. Maybe this is the Tonic craft mat. It's somebody's craft mat. There, I got a little bit of ink, so I'm just using this mono kind of sander to take that off. And I'm using Twisted Citron and I think Mermaid Lagoon for the colors. And I think Mermaid Lagoon was just too dark. But I cannot find my broken china. It's somewhere in this house. It's somewhere in this craft room. So I'm using a little bit of washi tape on the back to hold this down because I'm going to be doing the whole entire thing and I don't want to keep moving it, etc. So I really need to play around with these stencils. I'm wondering if you do it this way and then you flip it over to do the other way. This company is new to me. And I feel like I really did a bad job of showcasing their products. But it was kind of, like I said, it was really like, I don't know. So when you pull like that, you get all this white. So I'm just wondering if maybe I should have used a darker color, or I'm not really sure what I did. But it's definitely something I'll play around with so I have a better understanding of how it works. But this is kind of where the card started going downhill for me. But honestly, I was not about to do all that stamping again. So I went and got mowed lawn from my oxide collection to hopefully to bring in a little bit deeper of a texture, but the white is what I couldn't understand why that white was there. So yeah, I'm not in love with this stencil yet, but hopefully maybe I can find a video or something of someone using it so I can actually know how to use it. That's the thing. I mean, I feel like that I am pretty advanced in stamping and card making, but there are still some things I'm like, what? How you do this? What is this? And then I'm using the ink blender tools, but I really prefer to use the makeup brushes. The problem is they need to be washed and I haven't washed them yet. So here you can see, I'm just like, I don't understand what is going on. I felt like it was too dark. I felt like I was making a mess. I just didn't understand. And here is when I bring in a makeup brush that is a little bit not this color, but I figured it worked. So it looks like a stormy day rather than a bright sunny day. I mean, it's fine. Like I said, not a big deal, but the stencil is definitely something I'm going to have to really figure out. So there will be some playtime coming soon. So here is the best part. For the most part, when you pull off the stamps and you see your little images, so stinking cute. So I'm going to bring in a blender pen. So the oxides and the distress inks react with water. So this is a blender pen. I think it just has glycerin and something else in it. But I can use that to blend the colors where I didn't do the best of cutting. And it's a really good technique to hold on to. You can't use a whole bunch, but you can use some. So here are all the colors that I used. You will see me writing as we go along, but I went ahead and put the picture first. So I didn't really like the placement of that first hat on the dog. So I used a Copic friendly ink. I think those are the American Crafts pens that I've talked about in the past, and I kind of made the bottom of that hat a little darker, and then I wanted to do red and black. So I went ahead and brought over red for the wagon because you have to have a red wagon. And every time I think of a red wagon, I think of that song, bumping up and down in my little red wagon, bumping up and down in my little red wagon. It's the early childhood teacher in me. Okay. So I used a couple of grays to color the wheels, 10 and 8 there. I'm playing with some toner grays. And here I looked up Frenchies to kind of get a couple of color palettes. I didn't want them both to be the same. So I am coloring, again, using the toner grays. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and turn on some music and let you guys watch me color. And I'll catch back up when we're ready to do something different. So since I didn't really care for the look of the grass with the stencil, I brought in my hex chart from Sandy and I picked out 3 or 4 greens to just flick up and have the look of grass. I felt like it was kind of necessary, and then I used some of these greens to also add shadow underneath our wagon and the dogs and a little bit underneath the cake. I kind of wish I'd just done this from the start. Like I said, I am going to practice with that stencil because it will not beat me. I will not be defeated. But this was an easy way to fix it. I didn't really feel like I could fix the clouds because I almost thought about just cutting the top off. Like cutting around the dogs, cutting around the presents, taking off those clouds completely. But this is where I'm like, okay, so it doesn't look perfect to me. That doesn't mean that someone isn't going to love it. It doesn't mean that it isn't worth sending. Sometimes we just have to let go of this quest for perfection in our card making. You have to remember a lot of creators on YouTube and a lot of people who post on Instagram are posting their very best work. I know I leave in mistakes. I don't know very many other YouTubers who leave in mistakes because my goal here is to kind of teach you how I'm making my cards. I want you to be able to do the same things that I can do. And some people are just, they want to showcase product, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But I want you to remember that just because someone else has created this perfect, masterpiece, and that's what's on, Instagram or YouTube, it doesn't mean that your card isn't great or isn't beautiful. I think we fall into that habit. I've mentioned before that, I love the quote, comparison is the thief of joy. I think it's been attributed to Thomas Jefferson, but I could be wrong. But when we compare ourselves to others, it's really hard. And trust me, I get it. I do. I have imposter syndrome all the time, especially with my design teams. I'm like, am I talented enough to be here? Are we sure about that? So you guys know me, I have to bring in a couple of things. So I'm going to go ahead and add some Nouveau Shimmer Pen, and then on top of the icing or frosting, depending on where you live, and on the collar of our little guy over there, I'm going to go ahead and add some Nouveau drops. I just really love the look of this. I think it just adds a little bit of dimension and a little bit more spice. So here's what it looks like before it dries. But thank you so much for joining me today. I really, really appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.